is back in this area by 6:30. Ahead of us there, you can see Congress Hall, which was the home of Congress, while Philadelphia served temporarily as the nation's capital, 1790 till 1800, during the time while Washington, D.C., our current capital, was pretty much being built from the ground up. Also inside Congress Hall, that's where power was officially handed off from George Washington to John Adams, our second president. After we turn the left side, past the flower bed, the glass wall, you'll see 2,080 pounds of pure liberty. You see the actual Liberty Bell.
To the left.
If you can't quite see it once we turn, just the glare, the gathered crowd, and the awkward angle we're passing it at. Trust me, the Liberty Bell is really in there. On the left side through the glass, the Liberty Bell, trust me, it's in there. Much better seen from the inside. Just enter that line on the east side of the building. That line moves fairly quickly. It's about a 20-minute wait.
Wow.
It's first come, first served, free admission. Easier to see to the right of us, Independence Hall, that room on the corner of the ground floor with the white drapes partially pulled down. That is the room where 56 men work on the Declaration of Independence. At the end of the block on your right side is Old City Hall from Philadelphia, center of the city's government, mid-1800s. Also home to the Supreme Court of the nation, while Philadelphia served as the capital. Turning on to 5th Street, we have a brief stop for the Philadelphia Morse building. We're going to pick up some additional guests. Philadelphia Morse opened in 1895, the first commodities exchange in America. Where the trading floor used to be. There's now there used to be a somewhat underwhelming food court. That same part of the building is now being turned into a wedding venue. You walk inside of the building into the former food court area. Inside up above these big steel beams that run, that sort of holds the whole thing together. It's one of the first steel frame structures in America. We have a solid group joining us here, so make sure all seats are available. You can stay alone in a row. Make sure the seat next to you is available for another guest. If you want to consolidate, sit next to someone who you do know to free up a row for oncoming guests. That is greatly appreciated. Again, don't block any seats with bags or anything else we're filling in. Most of all remaining seats here on the upper deck. If you're in this area on the hour and you hear a bell ringing, it is coming from the Tower of Independence Hall. Again, the tower today, the Centennial Bell, cast in Philadelphia, 1876, the nation's 100th anniversary, and it still rings every hour on the hour. It's a much more solid and reliable bell than its more famous cracked cousin. The Liberty Bell has belonged since the 1840s. The Liberty Bell was not considered of much importance at the time of the Revolution itself. The Liberty Bell was wrong pronounced in important events. It might have been wrong pronounced the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence, which happened in Philadelphia July 8th of 1776, a few days after independence had officially been declared. In the years that followed the Revolution, the bell started to gain significance as the group started using the Liberty Bell as a symbol for particular causes, tied to the overarching cause of liberty. The abolitionists used the Liberty Bell as a symbol as they fought to end slavery in America, and the suffragists used the Liberty Bell as a symbol as they fought to put the right to vote to women in America. We've got some folks in the stairwell here. Sean focused on the stairwell right now. Across the bell side is a quote from the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 10, proclaim liberty for all the land and unto all the inhabitants thereof. Everyone is now seated on the upper deck. A total of 6 seats still available throughout the upper deck. At the end of the bottom of your right side, past the Philadelphia Morse, is the National Museum of American Jewish History. Jewish American Museum. It's open today till 5 o'clock. It's open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 10 till 5. When it's open, admission always is free. And outside of the museum, past the trees, there's the Monument to Religious Liberty, celebrating the city of Philadelphia and all of Pennsylvania, being founded with the core value of religious tolerance. Jewish American Museum used to be half a block north, used to share a little with the Congregation Mikveh Israel. Congregation Mikveh Israel is still on the next block. Dates back to 1740. It's considered the oldest Jewish congregation in America. Though early in its history, it didn't actually have a synagogue. Early on, the members just meet in the private houses of the different, people who attended services. 1 block from here, the corner of 6th and Market Street, is the site of the President's House. It's where George Washington and later John Adams lived when serving part of the presidential terms, while Philadelphia served temporarily as the capital. The President's House site at 6th and Market Street uncovers Liberty Bell Center was under construction, and the President's House side of the park also uncovered artifacts in the quarters of George Washington's enslaved servants. George Washington was a slaveholder. We know that in Philadelphia, Washington had at least 9 enslaved African-American servants with him. But there are a series of informative panels and short videos. The President's House site at 6th and Market Street delves into that contradiction of Washington. A great supporter of personal freedom, but at the same time also a man who felt it morally unacceptable to murder human lives. On our right side, you're going to see current home of Congress. built dating back to 1740, although now housed in a kind of nondescript brick building. They moved there in 1976. Beyond that synagogue, in the corner on your right side, the Christ Church burial ground. The cemetery established 1719. Final resting place of 5 signers of the Declaration of Independence. Drive by that cemetery again in a few more minutes, and we'll talk more about who's buried here in particular. We'll pass by for a second time. The next spot on our right is the United States Mint in Philadelphia, where some of our nation's coins are made. U.S. Mint, founded in Philadelphia, 1792. This location opened in 1969 for free self-guided tours. Mondays through Fridays. The make the turn just past the Mint onto Race Street. Race Street used to be called Sassafras Street during the colonial period. In the colonial period, off the northern edge of town, back then colonists around here, they liked to gamble, especially in horse racing. They'd shut the street off to traffic and have horses racing down the middle of it. It became so common to call it the Race Street, even after that horse racing had stopped. Around the 1850s, the name was officially changed. As you feel like it's a bit breezy on the upper deck, so up top, hold on to those hats, especially any Blue Jays hats, toupees, personal belongings, and small children, so nothing blows away. In all seriousness, something blows out of the vehicle, it's gone. You don't have time to discover stuff, you can chase something down. So if you value it, just make sure it's well secured. Ahead of us, as you can see, notice the 4 towers of the Ben Franklin Bridge, which opened in 1926, 1.8 miles from end to end, connecting Philadelphia to Camden, New Jersey, on the other side of the Delaware River. As you cross 4th Street here, on the left side, north on 4th, just past the bridge, you're going to see St. Augustine's Catholic Church with a white steeple. If you ever seen the movie The Sixth Sense, then you've already seen inside St. Augustine's Church. There's some scenes in The Sixth Sense, little blonde kid is hanging out with Bruce Willis' character in a church. That is St. Augustine's on 4th Street. M. Night Shyamalan wrote and directed The Sixth Sense. He grew up in the Philadelphia area, still lives in the greater Philadelphia region. This is the main location of his movies. Besides the Church. Old First Reformed Church on your right side, where it says Love First. Then at the end of the block on your right side, above the entrance to the dry cleaners, there's a stone that says Sassafras Street. This corner building on your right side was constructed before the change of names happened, from Sassafras to Race. Left side up above, next to the bridge, is a billboard that's not advertising anything, just a picture of the sky. There's a 3-panel billboard. The 2 panels that face towards the bridge write their adverts on them. And the owners of that structure came to agreement with the folks in this neighborhood to never have any advertising on this side. Instead, day or night, rain or shine, always some blue sky in Old City, Philadelphia.
That's cool.
What this guy is saying, and it's
Can't really hear him.
confusing me.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm still looking at stuff.
Fireman's Hall Museum is housed in the restored 1902 fire station. Firefighting equipment dates the 1750s. Open Tuesday through Saturday.
At least I'll have it on video.
Today, admission to the Fireman's Hall Museum is free. The donations are gladly accepted. Also, there's Alfred's Alley on our left side, just past the one-way sign. It's the oldest continually inhabited street in the nation. Established 1702, oldest of the surviving houses that left in the 1720s. The houses of Alfred's Alley are private residences, except for 2 of them. Opening together now is Alfred's Alley Museum. You're welcome to always take a walk up and down that street. It's a public street. Gives you an idea of what a lot of Philadelphia looked like in the middle of the 1700s. We'll then make our right turn onto Arch Street, bring us to the next stop, Betsy Ross House. Over the 5 o'clock today, Betsy Ross, legendary sewer of the first Stars and Stripes flag.